Hello, it's Book Quote Wednesday and the word is laugh. Today I am reading from my story collection Jeapes Japes, and the short story in question is Jacqui the Giantkiller. Many of my first story sales were set in roughly the same future, a future long before ChatGPT and other such monstrosities. Happy and rosy days when you could do just about anything you liked with AI. In this case, saleswoman Jacqui and a Catholic priest unexpectedly find themselves on the same side as they work around a swish housing estate. How to get past the AI guardians to the humans behind them. Door-to-dooring is outmoded, Joseph said. They stood outside number 20 Pineview Drive. This road, Joseph promised, did have human inhabitants. So are most forms of direct marketing, but door-to-door especially. Imagine us back in the 19th century when anyone who is anyone had servants to answer the door. Can you imagine door-to-dooring then? You might talk to a lot of butlers, but you would never get past them to the master of the house. No one has a butler nowadays, Jacqui protested. No, but they have the next best thing. Joseph consulted his pocket info card, a wafer of flexible liquid crystal. Ah yes, the Harrisons, and a Sin Science Personality Simulator version 5 between us and them. Slightly behind in the latest developments, these people. Observe. Joseph pressed the intercom button. Yes? Hello, my name is Joseph. I work for the Catholic Alliance mission on... That hateful buzz. It would haunt Jacqui's nightmares. Joseph winked and pressed the button again. Yes? It was exactly the same disinterested tone as last time. I have an urgent delivery of blood plasma for the occupant requiring his signature, said Joseph, poker-faced. The door slid open. The door slid open. Through it, Jacqui saw a lobby, nicely decorated, mondions hanging on the wall, other doors leading off it. She took a step forward and a hand on her shoulder pulled her back. Sorry, wrong number, said Joseph. The door slid shut again and Jacqui felt like Moses granted only a look at the promised land. She wanted to scream. In case you hadn't noticed, I just told a porky, Joseph said. I'm not going to gain full century into anyone's home. But, even if you don't care about your immortal soul, Jacqui, it's slightly illegal. Let's see what number 18 has to offer. Joseph led her to yet another door and again consulted his info card. Ahem, he said. The usual ritual. Press button, wait. Yes? Excuse me, are you a human? Said Joseph. What an odd question. Of course I am. Are you? Said the voice. Joseph grinned at Jacqui. A fairly simple backpropagation algorithm, he murmured. It can understand an extended natural language vocabulary and devise an answer to anything you say. Keep you nattering for hours on everything but what you want to talk about. Let's try a simple verbal Turing test. He turned back to the intercom. Please repeat after me. I'm not a pheasant plucker, I'm a pheasant plucker's son, and I'll keep on plucking pheasants till the pheasant plucking's done. The voice repeated his words flawlessly. The AI, Jacqui realised, was so mindless it didn't even have the gumption to ask why it should. Joseph asked it to repeat itself faster and faster still until it was gabbling the rhyme out in less than a second and still pronouncing everything perfectly. Joseph led Jacqui away without comment to number 16. This is good for a laugh, he said, the most basic of all. He pressed the bell and said, An important message for the occupant, a matter of life and death. Go on. Ezustre obviously oye other. Failure 13, syntax error in input, said the intercom. They turned away. Then Jacqui turned back and rang again. What time is it? She asked. 11:43 and 17 seconds, the voice said. Okay, point taken, Joseph said. They will give you the time of day. Back at his place again, they debriefed. They all have 'em, said Joseph. You have to remember what kind of people live here. People with so much that they can afford to closet themselves away from the real world. I can understand that, Jacqui said. The real world isn't very nice. She remembered the cardboard city built in the lee of Warren Court's wall. She thought of the numerous locks and alarms in her own apartment the other side of the town. She mused how nice it would be to be able to take a walk outside her front door without checking her bag for defence items first. For a brief moment her perception of Warren Court wavered suspiciously close to sympathy for the dwellers. Irrelevant, Joseph said, his flat dismissal knocking her daydream aside. It's there and it won't go away. These people now, they don't need other people about them anymore. They work from home by virtual reality to earn their daily bread and the home supplies their every need. Of course they can afford a simple AI or two to repel unwanted visitors. Anything from outside that impinges on their cosy little worldview is a threat, but I expect religious scholars are public enemy number 1 and you lot are number 2. You see, Jacqui, there is one problem with people like you and me that has always been the case since long before AIs were heard of. What's that? Jacqui said eagerly. Joseph's smile was apologetic. We're irritating. We are not. We damn well are. You're sitting comfortably looking at the news or going about your job or making love to your partner and ding dong, he put an inane grin on his face. Good morning, sir. I represent. But we're trying to deal with situations like that. We know what to say. Okay, you have diffused my annoyance at your intrusion with your silken words. You describe your wares. I say no thank you and shut the door. Do you leave it at that? Of course not. I return. Exactly, and that is why we're irritating. Irritating! My organisation has a history of bullying people into giving the right answer, and we're still trying to live it down. Our job is to present the information that we're trying to impart in such a way that they can take it in without being threatened. Well, that's door-to-dooring dealt with then, Jacqui said, but that's scut work, and I've told you I don't normally do it. There are other ways. The same principle applies. Don't you dare take it upon yourself to tell others what to think, Jacqui. Suggest, but don't tell. Don't coerce. But, Jacqui said, aghast. Joseph held up a finger. Exactly. But, these people won't even go that far. They won't even give us the chance to present the info. Quite apart from being totally unacceptable to any good missionary, there's a far more sinister aspect. I'll show you a sociological profile that I had the computer work out, Jacqui. These people run the country. They make all the decisions that affect us. Not politicians, but businessmen, bankers, people of influence. And they can't believe that other people really matter. They deal with you, me, everybody as theoretical entities, figures in the column of statistics. They've forgotten how to treat people as people, which is pretty well why the world is in the mess it is now, and as long as they hibernate their lives away here, the situation will get worse. We don't just have to reach them for their own sakes, but for everyone's. He turned back to the computer and called up a map. You would do well to study this, Jacqui. I've got my own programs in the Estates Network, probing the opposition. Every home is protected in all directions, but I can tell you the makes, model, and efficiency of every single AI. Why are you telling me all this? Jacqui asked. The missionary glow in his eyes burned even brighter for a moment. Because, although my dream is for each and every one to turn to the Holy Mother Church, I'll be happy just to see them treat other human beings as human beings, and that even includes salespersons for customs homes. Sit down and I'll show you around the system. Jacqui sat. Everyone, Joseph said, has a bulletin board of their own, and anyone can leave a message on it. Email evangelism, or selling, or whatever. All of them have AIs filtering the messages that get through to their masters, but the AI hasn't been invented yet that can distinguish between physical and spiritual well-being. They have to let any message to do with physical life and death through, so as long as you phrase your message in terms of spiritual life and death, they go through as well, and you haven't misrepresented yourself at all. Of course, how you're going to apply spiritual life and death to holographic wallpaper remains to be seen, and if you're too heavy-handed, they report you for threatening behaviour. What kind of messages do you send? Jacqui asked. Thoughts for the day, Bible passages. He shrugged and the glow seemed to dim. That sort of thing. Jacqui looked at him. For the first time, Joseph was looking worried, tired even. Do you make many converts? She asked gently. Not many at all. Then he convulsed in his seat. Something was blinking on the screen in front of him. Good Lord, Jacqui, a message! A message! It was indeed a message. It was from the bishop, informing Joseph that he is being transferred to the high-priority mission area of South Kensington. The bishop warmly congratulated Joseph on his successes so far and trusted he would do as good a job in the new area to which the Lord had called him. Joseph swore. That was a long time ago. Didn't have social media in those days either. Still. Remember, you can buy my books at www.benjeapes.com. See you next time.